Your freedom from narcissistic abuse and toxic relationships comes at a great cost. Something must die. Something must be sacrificed in order for you to free yourself from toxicity, whether you're dealing with narcissistic family members or a narcissistic spouse or a narcissistic work environment. We don't oftentimes appreciate or understand the cost, the sacrifice, and the death that must take place within a toxic relationship in order for you to be free, so that you can live your purpose, so that you can fulfill what you are here to fulfill in your life, so that you can experience the absolute, inalienable right for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Let's get deeper into the cost of separating yourself from a toxic relationship. What this sacrifice is, what this death is. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Now, before I do continue, I want to let you know that I'm here to support you. Down in the description box below this video, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. I take telephone calls as well as video calls through Zoom, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. So if you are looking for one-on-one support, if you're tired of being stuck, if you're tired of not living the life that you've been called to live, and you're ready to move on, you're ready to accept the sacrifice, you're ready to face what the cost is of your freedom in this life, head on down there, schedule that one-on-one time with me. I'd love to be able to work with you. In addition to that, I do have a coaching program. My coaching program is live and each and every day. I don't just send you reading material and some books for you to read on your own time. I spend my every day with you to support you. In addition to daily support, every Tuesday night is fellowship, where we come together, we open up the Word of God, and we see what the Bible has to say about living in a world that is full of toxicity, full of narcissistic abuse, as it has been since the beginning of time, of recorded time, that is. It's chock full of examples and ways in which you and I can understand how to navigate this life and navigate our life around narcissistic personality types. Now, in addition to fellowship, there's also Backstage Pass. Backstage Pass is for those of you who are inspired to be a coach, to be a healer, to be a teacher. Those of you who would like to use your voice to express a way in which people can heal in their lives, but you're just not sure how to get started, join the Royal We Coaching Program to learn the inside secrets that I use, how to create the content, all kinds of good stuff. I am here to help you be the best version of you. Get on down there and get started. Now, I had a conversation this morning with a client. This client is in Greece. And when I talked to her this morning, I said, Happy Memorial Day. Today is Memorial Day in the United States. And she said, What is Memorial Day? I said, Oh, that's right. You're in Greece. I said, Memorial Day is the day in which we honor and pay tribute to and show respect to the fallen soldiers who have sacrificed themselves for our freedom. And she said, Oh, like Independence Day, 4th of July. I said, No, not really. 4th of July is about our independence, and we celebrate the independence, but Memorial Day is remembering the fallen, what it took. And what's interesting about this conversation that I had with her is it brought into my mind just how valuable and how important it is to be able to honor the fallen, because that's what it cost in order for you and I to be free, especially those of us who live within the United States. You know, I never quite fully understood the importance. I had no mental, emotional connection to the fallen or even to Independence Day. For many of us, myself included, when we were growing up, it's just a day off of work, a day off of school, a day to get together and have a hot dog on a barbecue. Until you have an experience with narcissistic people. Until you finally reach this place in your life, maybe with toxic family members, maybe with an abusive spouse that you've been dealing with. And you've had to get away from that family, and you've had to get away from that narcissistic spouse. You had to find a new job. You had to learn how to protect yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. Suddenly, we now know how important both Independence Day is and what it represents, the fighting that it took to be free. We now can understand Memorial Day, and we can accept and we can appreciate the cost of people losing their lives for what? So that we can be free. You see, let's look at the narcissism and what it really is in this world. Whether it's on a giant scale, an empire, a kingdom, so to speak, a nation, or if it's your toxic narcissistic family, they share this thing in common. Dominance, control, abuse, power. Look at the story of America. This will help you to appreciate freedom and what it takes. You see, before America was America, it was just people in Great Britain. It was a part of the British Empire. But people said, you know what? We don't want to be under British rule any longer. They ventured out. They found the Americas. But watch this. In the narcissism, the evil, this is what narcissism is. It's this idea and this concept, oh, no, you can't get away from us. We will govern you. They tried to get away, and how many of you, by the way, can kind of relate to this on a small scale within your family or within a narcissistic dynamic or a friendship where you're trying to get away from the situation, but they're chasing after you. They're harassing you. That's narcissism, by the way. That's the evil. It's plagued humanity since the beginning of time. In the earliest days of the Bible, when Jacob married the daughters of Laban, what did he do? He tried to get away to begin his family. What did Laban do? Tried to chase him down, say, you can't get away from me. You belong to me. The daughters belong to me. The British Empire did this to America. You can't get away from us. You belong to us. It wasn't until the people who colonized America said, you're going to keep chasing us down? You're going to keep harassing us. We don't want to be a part of your rule. We don't want to live our lives like you. If we have to, we'll put a bullet in your head to stop it. Now, for many of us leaving toxic relationships, it doesn't get that far. However, you can understand the sacrifice of having to at some point fight for you to get away from the toxicity, the tyranny of narcissistic people, narcissistic family members who don't want to let you go, who want to crush you under their way of living. And in order for you to break free, it comes at a cost. First, the cost is fighting. Now, you don't fight necessarily by fighting back with them. After all, that's not even how America was formed. It's not fighting with Great Britain in Great Britain. It was Americans leaving. It's the first ever no contact. We're leaving you by separation. Many of you have not yet done that in your own lives. You have not yet been willing to take that sacrifice of separating yourself from what you think you need, what you're dependent on, to venture out to find something new. That has to come first. That's what no contact is, folks. You leave the toxicity. You're not going to change a toxic dynamic from within. It doesn't work like that. The British Empire became the British Empire. Nobody inside that mechanism is going to change it from within. The same is true with your toxic family, folks. You're not going to change that toxicity from within. You're not going to be the one black sheep of the family that says, hey, everybody, how about we change the way this family structure is and change your cruelty and how mean you are towards each other? And how about we pick up, Christianity and kindness and love? They're not going to listen to you. They don't care about your independence. They care about keeping their established way of doing things, right? So it's going to take your no contact. It's going to take your ability to say, fine, I'm not going to try to change you anymore. I'm going to leave you because I'm ready to find my life out there, my purpose, my calling. Something is calling me, something that's greater than this toxic family. Something is out there. Now, that's what no contact is, and so you go no contact and you leave. Now, many people have family dynamics or people in their lives who won't simply let them go. I remember when I left, the toxic, narcissistic in-laws that thought that I married into their family at some point in time. Ridiculous. And I remember one of them actually said it to me. Actually said, Kevin, you married into this family. I will not leave you alone. Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay, we'll see about that. I moved my family 5 states away, started over. They have no part in it. Now, if they try to keep coming over, well, it's harassment. Now that I'm out of their territory, now I'm in a better place. You want to come and try to pester me, harass me and my family? How about a bullet in the head? Not literally, but you know what I mean. You can only stand and fight once you're willing to separate yourself. Very difficult to stand and fight when you're involved in toxicity. So first is no contact, then you can establish yourself. But the sacrifice in it is what's lost. And that's what I started this conversation with. Because it does take death. It does take a sacrifice. In order for you to break free from toxicity and toxic relationship, something dies. What is it? It doesn't have to be you. It doesn't have to be them. It has to be something in the middle. What's connecting you to them? It's called a relationship. The relationship is what must die. The relationship is the bridge between you and toxic people, whether it's a narcissistic mom, dad, brother, sister, family, in-laws, whatever. It's the relationship that is the bridge of back and forth nonsense. Oftentimes what has to die, what you have to be willing to sacrifice if you're going no contact, is the relationship. You kill the relationship. Now, that's what's fallen. The narcissistic people get to live in their side of the world, in their territory, in their lifestyle. Just like the great British Kingdom Empire. They live in their lifestyle. The Americas that fought for that freedom, killing the relationship. That represents you moving on. Killing that relationship, no longer dependent on them, no longer wanting those people in your life, and willing to face them down should they come into your life and say, hey, we're entitled to you because we're family. No, you're not entitled to anything. Get out. Because that relationship has been killed. It's been sacrificed. Now you can have a better appreciation for days like Memorial Day, where there were fallen soldiers who fought in any war. But primarily the wars to keep you and I in a place of being able to be free. Free from the narcissistic empires of other nations and kingdoms and dynasties and all these stupid things that have plagued civilization since the beginning of time. You can start to appreciate the 4th of July, independence, for the fighting that it took to push back those who narcissistically want to control and have dominion and power over people. We can look at these amazing days for what they are. A wake-up call that you and I, we all have to fight in some regards. Maybe not in a war with guns and this and that, but perhaps in a war with narcissistic family members or in-laws or friends or coworkers that are trying to destroy your life. Your fighting needs to be something that moves you towards freedom. What's sacrificed and what's lost and what's killed is oftentimes the relationship. If you're having a hard time with this message, or if you want to know more about this, like I said before, head on down there, schedule some time with me. I'd love to get deeper into this with you. I do take telephone calls, video calls through Zoom, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. In addition to that, I do have a coaching program. My coaching program is live each and every day. So head on down there, get started. I'll be back with more videos for you right here on The Royal We. Before I leave, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, hit the like, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any future Royal We content. Be sure to check out one of these videos recommended by the YouTube algorithm just for you because it knows what you've been watching. And I'll be back right here on The Royal We. Bye.